coming into my shift, I started at 8 a.m. and I walked into the paramedic quarters, and off to the left there was a gentleman they introduced me to as my new partner for the day. Meet Dr. Michael Swango.
He had a great mind, was very smart, was a good paramedic.
Big smile on his face, clean cut, friendly.
Brent Unmissig and John Landis were struck by his charisma. Michael Swango always seemed to make a good first impression. Dan Cook saw a determination in Swango when he was one of his teachers at Christian Brothers High School in Quincy. Swango graduated as valedictorian from there in 1972.
One of the brightest students I ever had. Now, I don't know if he was the most intelligent, but he worked extremely hard at his studies.
He excelled at Quincy College, too, and in 1984, he worked as a paramedic in Quincy. But that first impression faded quickly. Swango had some serious quirks.
He always kept scrapbooks, and he'd bring the scrapbooks to work, and in his spare time, he would go through several different newspapers and cut out stories and paste them into scrapbooks. And of course, the stories he was always interested in were the ones that included some type of bizarre accident or death.
One morning, Brent Unmissig arrived for his shift, and the overnight crew was talking.
They were talking about a call that they had in the middle of the night, and it was, I think, a one-vehicle accident. They arrive on scene only to see Swango on top of the roof of the car in plain clothes. He starts firing off pictures. He had pictures of the individuals in that car.
There was a lot about Swango you wouldn't call normal. Still, he was kind enough to bring in a box of donuts for his co-workers. Nothing wrong with a kind gesture. That is, until about 20 minutes after Unmissig took his first bite.
I just kind of felt this turning sensation in my stomach, and it was just a matter of time before I started vomiting.
And the next night, Unmissig and Swango were on duty for a high school football game.
Here I am at the football game, it's halftime, and he offers to buy me a Coke.
For Unmissig, that Coke turned into 3 days of violent illness.
I would go down to the paramedic quarters, and there would always be fresh iced tea made in the refrigerator.
Landis made the mistake of taking a few sips. It was clear these kind gestures were tainted, and it was because of Swango. The other paramedics decided to search his bag one day.
Well, there was a full bottle of Terrell ant killer and an empty bottle of Terrell ant killer.
They went to authorities, and on October 26, 1984, Swango was arrested and quickly posted bail. Unmissig saw him later that day when Swango returned to the hospital.
We're right outside the hospital entrance to the ER when he walks up to us, and I'm just absolutely stunned. I'm like, I cannot believe he's here. So he looks at us, walks right on by us, goes through both double doors, and proceeded to walk down a hallway, and that led him down another hallway. And at that point in time, I don't know which, I don't know where he's going. But that hallway, to the end of that hallway, leads to the exterior doors. And he walked outside. We're standing there just trying to figure out where's he at right now. And he was walking along the sidewalk, and now we actually see him. He was on that sidewalk, walked up to a telephone pole, and then crossed his arms and kicked up his leg up on that pole and just stared at us for the entire time.